In this tutorial, you'll create simple existing ground and layout profiles for an alignment. An existing ground profile is extracted from a surface and shows the changes in elevation along a horizontal alignment. A layout profile is a designed object that shows the proposed grade and elevations to be constructed. Profiles are displayed on an annotated grid called a profile view. Go ahead and open your Profile-1 drawing in your Tutorials folder. This drawing contains an existing ground surface, which you can see right here, and it contains an alignment that represents a road center line, as you can see right here. And you'll find a polyline right here that actually represents the center line of an intersecting road. You'll use the rectangle at the northeast corner of the site as a guide to create a profile view. Let's get started by clicking on your Home tab and go to your Create Design panel. Click the Profile drop-down and click Create Surface Profile. In the Create Profile from Surface dialog box, you'll see that we already have our existing surface selected. Go ahead and click Add. The surface gets added to the profile list, and note for this exercise the First Street alignment and the existing grade surface are the only available selections and are selected by default. Click Draw in Profile View. Click Create Profile View in the wizard. Now select the lower left corner of the rectangular placeholder. The First Street Profile View is now displayed, containing the dashed profile view that represents the existing ground surface. The left and right sides of the profile annotate elevations, and the bottom annotates the stations. Now that we have our existing grade profiled, let's go ahead and create our layout profile. Let's get started again by going to our Home tab. Go to the Layers panel, navigate till you get to the Profile layer, and then thaw this layer. Now you'll use the circles and the Profile view as a guide to draw the layout profile. Go to your Home tab, click on the Profile drop-down, and then select Profile Creation Tools. You'll notice in the command line that it's asking us to select the profile view to create the profile. Go ahead and select our profile. In the Create Profile Draw New dialog box, specify the following parameters. In the name, let's type in Finished Grade Centerline dash First Street. For the profile style, we'll keep it at Design Profile, but for Profile Label Set, we'll select Complete Label Set. Then click OK. The Profile Layout Tools toolbar is now displayed. This toolbar enables you to lay out a finished grade profile using either points of vertical intersection, or PVIs, or constraint-based tangent and curve entities. For this exercise, you'll create PVIs at specific points. Tangents will be created between the PVIs, and curves will be created at each PVI. On the Profile Layout Tools toolbar, in the Draw Tangents list, select Draw Tangents with Curves. The command line now prompts for a start point. Before selecting a start point, verify that your object snap is on, specifically the endpoint and center point. Now, moving from left to right, click the circle center points to place the PVI. Press Enter to complete the layout profile. The blue finished grade centerline profile and its labels are displayed in the profile view. I'll go ahead and close your toolbar. Now go into your Home tab, click your layers, and go ahead and freeze this profile layer. Now you know how to design simple profiles in Civil 3D. In this exercise, you'll create a surface profile from an existing surface. After creating the profile and several offsets, you'll create a profile view to display the profiles. Go ahead and open up your Profile-2A drawing in your Tutorials folder. The drawing contains an existing ground surface and two alignments. Let's examine the alignments. The red one with curves is named Ridge Road and represents a proposed road center line, and now the other is named Power Line and represents a proposed power line offset about 25 feet from the road. Now go to your Home tab, go to your Create Design panel, and click on Profile. Click Create Surface Profile. Now in the Create Profile from Surface dialog box, under the Alignment, select Ridge Road. Then we're going to add the existing surface to our Ridge Road. Now make sure the Sample Offsets checkbox is checked. Now enter 25, -25. Now this field enables you to specify that profiles be created on either side of the center line. The left offset, which is -25, will mark the approximate location of the power line. If you wanted more offsets, you could enter a series of them here. Use positive numbers for right offsets and negative numbers for left offsets, with values separated by commas. Go ahead and click Add. Now let's open our dialog box up just a little bit more. Now in the profile list, under the description column, type in the following descriptions. For the first one, we're going to name that centerline. For the next, we're going to name that right offset because it's positive. And then for the negative offset, we're going to type left offset. Now in the Update Mode column, update the left offset to static. This option specifies that the left offset reflects the surface elevation at the time of its creation. It will not update to reflect future changes in the surface. Go ahead and click OK. A message that indicates profiles have been created is displayed in the Event Viewer. Let's go ahead and check the event. Now go to your Home tab. Next, go to the Profile and Section Views panel. Click on the Profile View drop-down and select Create Profile View. In the Create Profile View wizard, on the General page, select our alignment for Ridge Road. Next, click Profile Display Options. The table on the Profile Display Options page shows the existing profiles for Ridge Road, and by default they're all checked in the Draw column, indicating that they will appear in the Profile view. Let's open up our wizard just a little bit more so we can see more information. Now in the Specify Profile Display Options table, in the Style column, double-click the cell for the left offset. In the Pick Profile Style dialog box, change the style to Existing Ground. Then click OK. Now click the label style for the left offset and select None. Click OK. Now for this example, you won't create labels for existing ground profiles. You'll specify a label set when you create a layout profile. Now repeat steps 6 and 7 for the other two profiles. Click Create Profile View. Now in the drawing, pan and zoom to a blank area at the lower right of the surface. Click a suitable location for the lower left corner of the profile view grid. The profile view is now drawn with a grid, axis, title, and two data bands along the x-axis. One above the grid and the other below it, as you can see right here. Now note, if you want to move a profile view within a drawing, click anywhere on the grid. To select it, a blue grip appears at the lower left corner. Click the grip and drag the profile view to a new location. So you now know how to go about creating and displaying surface profiles with offsets in Civil 3D. In this exercise, you'll change a profile style in two different ways. First, you'll change a profile style globally, which changes the profile's appearance in all profile views. Then, you'll learn how to override a profile style in a single profile view. This tutorial continues from the last exercise where we created and displayed surface profiles with offsets. Let's start by opening the Profile-2B drawing in your Tutorials folder. Go ahead and go into your Home tab and go to the Profile and Section Views panel. Select the Profile View drop-down and click Create Profile View. In the Create Profile View wizard on the General page, select the Ridge Road alignment. Next, click the Profile Display options. Under the left offset surface, double-click on the surface style. Go ahead and choose Standard for the profile style and click OK. In the name column, click the first row, hold down Shift and select the last row. Then, under the Labels column, go ahead and click on one of the cells. Now under the Label set, go ahead and choose None and click OK. Now go ahead and select Create Profile View. Pan to a location above the top of the first profile view. Now the new profile view, which is PV-2, is drawn. You'll note that the left offset profile is the same color as the other two profiles. Pan to the lower view in PV1. Notice that the left offset line has also changed in this profile. The left offset profile changed because you changed the style of the profile, which affects every instance of the profile in every profile view in the drawing. Go ahead and select this profile. Right-click and click Profile View Properties. Click the Profiles tab, and then notice we have two columns, Style, and we also have Override Style. Within the Override Style column, go ahead and click on your left offset profile. Click the checkbox. Now you can select the existing ground surface. Then click OK. Now hit Apply. Click OK. The left offset profile changes to red, reflecting the existing ground style in Profile View PV1, but not in PV2. The left offset profiles are different because you can override the profile style for a particular profile view, but you did not change the profile style. You can use the style override to preserve the profile style within a profile view, protecting it from later style changes. For further explanation, go ahead and select your profile, right-click, and select Profile View Properties. Go ahead and clear the override style. Then click OK. This changes the style for the profile and affects both profile views in the drawing. Now note that the left offset line is an approximate and static profile of the terrain along the power line. Optionally, if you wanted to see the actual profile, you could create a profile and a profile view based on the power line alignment. So that's how you go about changing the profile style in Civil 3D. In this exercise, you'll examine some of the information displayed in the profile and the profile view. This exercise continues from changing the profile style. Go ahead and open up your Profile-2C drawing in your Tutorials folder, then zoom in to the lower profile, which is Profile 1. Select the highest profile line. Being careful not to select the profile view grid, and right-click on the geometry. Click Edit Profile Geometry. The Profile Layout Tools toolbar is displayed. Notice that no editing grips are displayed along the profile, and most controls in the Profile Layout Tools toolbar are shaded and unavailable. This profile is dynamic. It's linked to the surface elevations, and no part of the line can be edited. Click the Profile Grid view in the toolbar. The Profile Entities Vista is displayed in the Panorama window. This table displays useful grade data for the entire profile. Again, values are unavailable, so you cannot edit them. Editing these values would break the integrity of the link between the profile and the surface. Press Escape to deselect the profile. Now click the red profile line. Notice that editing grips appear along the profile. If you zoom out, you can see that the same profile is also attached in the other profile view. Now if you grip edit in one profile view, that change will be reflected in the other. Now because this line is a static line and detached from the surface, you can edit it in various ways, including copying and moving it. You would not edit this line if you wanted to preserve it as a snapshot of the surface at a particular time. Now notice that the Profile Entities table now displays design data for the left offset profile line. With values you can now edit. When you selected the left offset profile, it became the active profile for the editing tools. Go ahead and close the toolbar. The Profile Layout Tools toolbar and the Profile Entities Vista both close, and the left offset profile line is deselected in the drawing. So that's how you go about reviewing surface profile characteristics in Civil 3D. In this exercise, you'll create the layout profile. Typically, the profile is used to show elevations along a proposed road surface or a finished grade. The layout profile is similar to a horizontal alignment in that it's constructed of straight tangents with optional curves placed where the tangents intersect. These tangents and curves on a layout profile are located on the vertical plane, and the intersection points are called points of vertical intersection, or PVI. This exercise continues from the Using Surface Profiles tutorial. We'll start by hiding the offset profiles. Go ahead and open up your Profile-2C drawing, which is located in your Tutorial Drawings folder. Go ahead and zoom into this bottom grid right here, which is Profile View 1. Select it, then right-click. Then select Profile View Properties. In the Profile View Properties dialog box, we're currently on the Profiles tab. Expand the Name column like so. And we're going to go ahead and expand the description. Clear the Draw checkboxes for the right offset and for the left. The Profiles tab displays all the existing profiles for a given horizontal alignment for both surface profiles and layout profiles. You can use the Draw checkboxes to specify which profiles to display in the profile view. Go ahead and click OK. Let's specify the profile creation settings. Note, you'll need to make sure that the OSNAP is currently turned off. So currently it's turned off. This is the on position. This is the off position. Go ahead and go over to your Home tab and then look over in your Create Design panel. Click the Profile drop-down and select Profile Creation Tools. Select Profile View number 1, which is at the bottom. And now we're in the Create Profile Draw New dialog box. Change the profile style to Finish Ground. In the profile label set, we're going to leave it at its default of standard. But we're going to edit this profile label set. In the Profile Label Set dialog box, make sure you're on the Labels tab, and then under Type, change that to Horizontal Geometry Points. And then for Profile Horizontal Geometry Point, we're going to change that to Station and Type. Go ahead and click Add. In the Geometry Points dialog box, you can go ahead and examine the geometry points that can be labeled. You can specify any combination of points that you want to label. Go ahead and click OK. And then in the Profile Label Set dialog box, we're going to click OK. Click on the Design Criteria tab. The options in this tab are used only if you want to ensure that the profile design meets specified design criteria. However, you won't be applying design criteria to the profile in this exercise. Go ahead and click OK to accept the settings. Let's go ahead and draw the layout profile. In the Profile Layouts toolbar, click this arrow and select Curve Settings. In the Vertical Curve Settings dialog box, specify the following parameters. For curve type, select Parabolic. For crest curve length, we're going to change this to 100. And for sag curve length, we're going to change that to 100. Notice that you can select one of 3 different curve types and specify parameters for each type. Go ahead and click OK. Now, in the Profile Layout Tools toolbar, ensure that the Draw Tangents with Curves is selected. You're now ready to draw the layout profile by clicking in the drawing at the proposed locations of PVIs. At each PVI, the application inserts a curve. To be realistic, your line should follow the general profile of the surface centerline. However, it can cut across steep hills and valleys to outline a smoother road surface. In the profile view, go ahead and click over to the left side and click a point to start the layout profile. Extend the line to the right and click in this general location. Then continue in this manner. At the last point, we're going to click and then right-click to end the profile. You'll see that the profile is now drawn and labeled. You can zoom and pan along the layout profile to examine the labels. So that's how you go about creating a layout profile in Civil 3D. In this exercise, you'll modify the layout profile by using grips and entering specific attribute values. This exercise continues from creating a layout profile. So let's edit the profile parameters. Go ahead and open up your Profile-3A drawing in your Tutorials folder, and then zoom in to the bottom profile view. Select the red layout profile. Right-click, then select Edit Profile Geometry. Now you'll see that the Profile Layout Tools toolbar is displayed. On the Profile Layout Tools toolbar, select this button to select a PVI. In the command line, it says to pick point near PVI to select. This option specifies that you will edit the data for each profile PVI. On the Layout Tools toolbar, select the Profile Grid view. The Profile Entities vista is displayed in the panorama window. The first row in the profile provides data about the starting point of the layout profile. Subsequent rows provide data about the PVIs. The last row provides data about the endpoint. Examine the grade in and grade out columns with the aim of reducing one or more of the steeper grades in the profile. Let's go ahead and grip edit the profile. With a profile curve clearly visible, go ahead and click on it. And then we have this circular grip right here. As you can see, it's right at the midpoint. Go ahead and click it until it turns red, which indicates that it can be moved. You can move this to a new location, but no further than the PVI, as you can see. I'm going to move this right about here. The curve moves to pass through the point that you clicked, as you can see here. And the length changes. Click the triangular grip at the PVI, then move it to a new location. Next, you can experiment with some of these other grips. Click this arrow right here. Click this arrow right here. And you can even select these point of tangencies. As you can see, the constraints are keeping me from moving this grip any further up or down, but it continues along this line. We can do it with the other side as well. So that's how we go about editing a layout profile in Civil 3D. In this exercise, you'll copy a part of a centerline layout profile. You'll use the copy to create a starting line for a ditch profile that is a specified distance below the center line. This exercise continues from editing a layout profile. So let's go about copying the layout profile. Go ahead and open up your Profile-3B drawing, which is located in your Tutorials folder. Let's zoom in to the profile view down at the bottom here, which is Profile View number 1, and then select the red layout profile. Go ahead and right-click and select Edit Profile Geometry. You'll see that the Profile Layout Tools toolbar pops up. Select this button right here to copy the profile. We get our dialog box here to copy the profile data. Now specify the following parameters. For the PVI range, we're going to select Station Range. We're going to start at 300 and end at 1700. The destination profile options, we're going to go ahead and create a new profile. Go ahead and click OK. Now the new profile is drawn on top of the old one. Go to your tool space and click on the Prospector tab. Expand the alignments, the center line, and the ridge road. Next, go into your profiles collection. You'll see that we have a copy profile right down here. Go ahead and press Escape. Now we're going to offset the profile. In the drawing, we're going to select the profile and right-click. Then go to Profile View Properties. Select the Profiles tab, and then we're going to clear out the checkbox for Layout 1 under the Draw column. Now clearing this checkbox removes the original profile from the profile view. Later you can restore this profile to the profile view if you wish. As a tip, instead of removing a profile from the profile view, you can try selecting a profile to move it. However, the process described here is more reliable with overlapping profiles. Go ahead and click OK. Now the Profile View Properties dialog box closes and the profile view is redrawn, showing just the copy of our layout. Click the layout profile and you'll see under the name of the selected profile is our layout copy. You'll see it's also within the Layout Tools toolbar. In the next few steps, you'll lower the profile copy by 5 feet to represent the elevation of the ditch. On the toolbar, select this button to raise and lower the PVI. Now we're going to specify some parameters. For the elevation change, we're going to put -5 feet. And for the PVI range, we're going to keep it on all. Then click OK. As we zoom out, you'll see in the profile view above, in both profile views, the line moves to its new position. This profile copy is a full-featured object that can be edited in the same way as the original layout profile. Press Escape to deselect the profile, and in the drawing, go back to Profile View number 1, select the profile view, right-click, and select Profile View Properties. Within the Profiles tab, we're going to check our original layout and clear out our copy. Then select OK. Clearing the checkbox removes the copy of the profile from the profile view. But notice that the copy is still displayed on Profile View number 2. So that's how you go about copying a profile and offsetting it vertically in Civil 3D.